I learned it from a judo instructor, from my judo friend that learned it from his judo instructor. His name is Bob Perez, and my friend is Jaime Lascano. And he showed me this, and this is something that happens in judo a lot. So if you throw somebody and they go flat on their back, that you win. That's it. That's ippon. That's full score. But you throw somebody and then they fall. They don't want to fall on their back. They turtle up. They get onto a front position. From there, you only have a certain amount of time for you to start submitting the other person. And if you're not submitting them, if you're not in a full choke, they'll just stop you, start back up. So a lot of people go into this turtle position and kind of like, how can I say it, defend. You know, they're just there. So if I get into position, and this is my back side mount, and this is like kind of like a jiu-jitsu answer to, or this is my jiu-jitsu answer to what I do, I'll open up the collar, bring my hand underneath, and start choking, and start doing whatever. The problem is, if he starts seeing this movement underneath his neck, he starts blocking with his hand, he starts digging his head, and he doesn't let me get to that spot. So that front collar position is difficult to create, but me getting the back of the neck, all right, how many of you guys would allow this? Everybody. Because to them, it's not a choke. It's not a choke position. It's just a control on the back of the collar, right? And I've seen so many different ways to turn the other person. Grab the belt, grab the collar, step, and pull them over, and take side mount. That's a judo thing to do. And well, we can do it too, because we have the same gi. But most of the time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 4 fingers in right on the back of the collar, all right? I'm going to turn myself. I kind of punch on the back of his head and put some weight on the back of his head. And then my hand's going to come under, guys. And all I'm going to do is grab 4 fingers in. Can you sit up, please? And this is where I want to be. 4 fingers behind the neck, 4 fingers in front of the chest, and I'm really low. If I start reaching up here, what's he going to do? Defend. He's going to defend. So if he will definitely allow me to do this because he doesn't feel a choke. So it's really super safe for me to get to this spot. Once I get to here, our first movement is to take him forward. Either he's trying to sit away from me, trying to escape, or I'm going to create the movement just by lifting up the collar, lifting up my elbow, and driving him onto his back. Now, some of you guys, when you guys did this, would go flat on their back. Most people are not going to let you go flat on their back. They're going to have more defenses here. So I have the collar behind the neck. I have the other one. I drop, and I pull, and I finish into the choke, and that's all I'm doing. Get to the neck, pull really low on that collar, and that's how we finish. And this is really similar to our short choke that we did last week, and I think the week before that too. Does that make sense or not? Sure. So let's come back again. So I get to position, my hand goes in, 4 fingers. I really like to put my weight on top of him, and now from here, my hand comes in, grabs that collar. Once I'm ready, now from here, I will always try to drive my knee forward and then lift up. Don't lift up by the hip, lift up by the shoulder. And once I get to here, I'm walking a side mount. I'm going to put my arm down, pull on the collar, and then that's where the finish is going to be. All right? You okay? Yeah. Why are you always exaggerating? I'm
trying to sell it.
Trying to sell it. Good job. Thank you. Ready? Again. So get all 4 fingers, guys. Walk around. My hand goes underneath the arm. Grab into the collar. That's the opposite collar. Start walking back. Lift right at the shoulder and walk towards him. From here, my hand comes in. I push and I pull, and we finish into the choke. Now I can use, when I push and I pull, I can use my outside forearm or my inside forearm. You like a cross collar choke palm to you, you can do that. If you want to turn your hand on the other side, you can use the other side, press and pull, just like when you did that bow and arrow choke from guard. We finished there. That can be possible too. It doesn't matter here or here. What matters is once I make contact, my forearm has to be touching their neck. The other one can be loose by their stomach, and I'm pulling through and driving my elbow down. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Everybody's okay with this? Everybody's gonna do it perfect. Ready? Let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's do this.